Hello, everyone! Hope you're having a great day. We really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, suggestions, or topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes, please leave us a comment. Make sure to stay with us until the end because we have a fun little surprise coming up. And if you want to be notified whenever we release a new episode, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you liked this episode, we'd really appreciate it if you'd give it a like and share it with any friends who might find it interesting. Don't forget to tell your friends about us too.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're taking your sources, all the articles and research you've sent us, and pulling out the most powerful, actionable knowledge.
And today, we've got a really interesting stack. It's all about tackling age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia, and at the same time, skin aging.
Right, they feel like two separate problems, but our mission today is to show you how they're connected, and more importantly, how the solutions come down to really two specific powders and getting rid of three very common destructive habits.
That's it. We're moving past this idea that aging just means you have to get weaker. This is about a safe, sustainable roadmap. We're going to contrast those dangerous quick fixes with methods that are, proven, backed by thousands of studies.
Okay, let's just dive right into that, the dark side. Because the sources start with a warning about these illegal supplements that, well, some seniors unfortunately turn to for fast results.
Out of desperation, really.
Exactly. And here's the shocking part. Did you know that when people stop taking some of these illegal muscle gainers, they can lose more than 80% of the mass they gained?
80%.
Because it was never real muscle, it was just water retention.
That number is so important. It just highlights the illusion of it all. You see the scale move, you think you're getting stronger, but it's superficial, and when it goes dramatically.
And the health consequences mentioned in these sources, they make that risk just a complete disaster.
Oh, absolutely. It's so much more than losing a bit of water weight. The list of side effects is, frankly, terrifying. We're talking about irreversible damage.
Let's get into that. What are we looking at?
Well, the sources detail everything. You've got the cosmetic stuff, like severe acne or speeding up male pattern baldness because it messes with your DHT sensitivity, but that's really the mild end of the spectrum.
So what's the most serious physical risk you saw documented?
For me, it has to be the cardiovascular and endocrine damage. It's immediate. These things raise your bad cholesterol, the LDL, and at the same time, they just tank your good cholesterol, your HDL.
So instant heart damage, basically.
Pretty much. And it thickens your blood. That dramatically raises your risk for a stroke or a dangerous blood clot. And that's before we even touch on the endocrine disruption things like shrunken testicles, which can be permanent, and then the post-cycle crash that leads straight to erectile dysfunction.
Wow. That level of risk, plus the liver toxicity you see with the oral versions, it just makes those quick water gains seem so tragic.
It really does.
And what about the mental side? You hear about roid rage. Is that real?
It is not a myth, not at all. The hormonal chaos creates these severe mood swings, anxiety, depression, real aggression, and long-term it's linked to a suppressed immune system and even cognitive issues, brain fog, memory problems. It's the exact opposite of healthy aging.
Okay, so that's the perfect transition. Let's talk about the safe, effective powders your sources recommend. The first one is called the engine booster. Creatine.
Creatine monohydrate. It's the gold standard. The sources call it the #1 most researched supplement on the planet. There are over 1,000 peer-reviewed studies backing it up.
Okay, but I have to stop you there. A lot of people hear creatine and they immediately think kidney damage and bloating.
Yeah.
You're telling me the sources just dismiss those concerns, especially for older adults.
They absolutely do, as long as we're talking about a healthy person without, a pre-existing kidney condition. It's critical to understand that creatine is not a steroid.
Right.
It's a natural compound. Your muscles are full of it already. And the water retention thing is so misunderstood. That water gets pulled into the muscle cell. That's a good thing. It creates a better environment for growth. It's not the kind of bloating you feel under your skin.
That is a huge clarification. So, okay, how does it actually work? How does it help someone lift a heavier box or climb the stairs without getting winded?
It's all about fast energy. Think of it like a turbocharger for your muscles. When you take creatine, your body stores it as something called phosphocreatine.
Okay.
Now, your muscle's immediate fuel source is ATP. When you do something intense like one heavy squat, you burn through that ATP instantly. Phosphocreatine's job is to step in and regenerate that ATP, like right away.
So it gives you that immediate burst of power to do more.
To do that extra 1 or 2 reps. And that's where the real muscle growth actually happens, in those last hard-fought reps.
That makes perfect sense. So it helps you work harder, which translates to real-world strength. What are the practicals? How do you take it? Is timing a big deal?
The sources say consistency is way more important than timing. You just need to keep your muscles saturated. So you have 2 options. Option 1 is the classic loading phase. You take 5 grams 4 times a day for about a week. Gets you saturated really fast.
20 grams total.
Yep. Option 2 is probably easier for most people. You just skip the loading and go straight to a 5-gram maintenance dose every day. It takes a little longer to get fully saturated, maybe 3 or 4 rinses, but you get to the exact same place.
And the research in older adults confirms this isn't just for young athletes.
Exactly. One study they pointed to was fantastic. It showed participants over 50 who took creatine while resistance training for just 12 weeks gained significantly more muscle and strength than the group that was only lifting weights.
Okay, so moving to powder number 2. We're shifting from raw power to more about structural support and elasticity. Let's talk about collagen.
It's a perfect pairing, really, because the root cause of the decline is the same: protein loss. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body. It's the scaffolding for everything: your skin, your joints, your tendons.
And here's the aging connection, right?
This is the key. Your collagen production drops by about 1% every single year after you turn 30.
Wow. Every year.
Every single year. So that's what leads to skin sagging and wrinkles, but it also weakens all your connective tissue.
I think most people still file collagen under beauty supplement for hair and nails.
And we need to bust that myth. Yes, it improves skin hydration, it strengthens the dermal layer, but its function is systemic. It provides these really crucial amino acid, glycine and proline, that you need for muscle repair and joint health. If you're lifting weights, you need that to rebuild the structure around the muscle fibers.
So you're hitting muscle recovery and skin firmness at the same time. How does the body even absorb a protein that big?
Well, that's why you look for hydrolyzed collagen or collagen peptides. It's been broken down. And the amazing thing is, these little peptides act like signals. They don't just become new collagen, they signal your own body to ramp up its natural collagen production.
So it's a trigger mechanism. That's fascinating. What about timing for this one?
Again, consistency is king. But if your main goal is skin, some research suggests taking it in the morning on an empty stomach might be best. If it's more for recovery, post-workout, or even before bed, can help support repair while you sleep.
All right, we've got the 2 powders.
Yeah.
But the sources are very, very clear on this next point. They are not magic. They're just ingredients.
They're fuel. You have to give the body a reason to use that fuel. That means a good high-protein diet and, this is non-negotiable, resistance training. You have to signal the muscles to grow.
And the sources gave 2 really accessible exercises anyone can start with. No gym required. Let's talk about the lower body first.
We start with bodyweight squats. This is pure functional strength. It's the movement you use to get out of a chair.
Right.
So feet shoulder width apart, chest up, and push your hips back like you're sitting down. Weight in your heels. And only go as low as is comfortable. You can even hold onto a counter for balance. 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, 3 times a week. It strengthens everything. Legs, glutes, core. It's huge for balance.
And for the upper body. Something that won't stress the joints like a normal push-up might.
The wall push-up, it's perfect. Stand a couple feet from a wall, hands flat against it at shoulder height. The key is to keep your body in a straight line, like a plank.
So you're not bending at the hips?
No, none of that. You lower your chest to the wall, then push back strong. Aim for 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. It builds strength in your chest, shoulders, and arms for everyday tasks like carrying groceries.
And all of this needs fuel. The sources even included some recipe ideas.
They did. Things like a 25-gram protein egg scramble for breakfast or a 40-gram chicken and quinoa salad for lunch. It's about spreading that protein intake through the day to keep muscle synthesis turned on.
Okay, we've built the system. We have the powders, the exercises, the fuel. But now we get to the part of the research I found most powerful. The 3 habits that will actively sabotage everything we just talked about.
This is where it gets really interesting. Because you can do all the right things, but if these habits are in place, you are just spinning your wheels.
Let's hit the first one, the big physical one. Sedentary lifestyle. What's the real damage here?
The real damage is accelerated sarcopenia. The mistake people make is thinking rest protects their joints. But sitting for hours on end literally shrinks your muscle fibers. Inactivity doesn't protect you. It forces your muscles into a state of constant atrophy.
So beyond the workouts, what's the fix?
Micro movements. It's that simple. Set a timer. Every 30 to 60 minutes, get up and move for 2 minutes. Take a brisk 20-minute walk every day. Do calf raises while you're watching TV. You have to keep the muscles firing.
Okay, habit number 2. This is one I think almost everyone overlooks, the absorption engine.
Ignoring your gut health. It's a silent muscle killer. You can think of an unhealthy gut as a leaky tank. It doesn't matter how much good stuff you pour in, protein, creatine, collagen. If your gut can't absorb it, it's useless.
And the mistake is just writing off symptoms like bloating or reflux as normal aging.
Exactly. Those are red flags that your absorption is compromised. You cannot out-supplement a digestive system that isn't working properly.
So how do we support the gut, according to this research?
You have to feed the good bacteria. The source is stress, aiming for 25 to 30 grams of fiber a day. That's food for your gut flora. Eat things like garlic, onions, bananas. A daily probiotic can help. And crucially, drink water. 6 to 8 glasses. Hydration is key for digestion.
Finally, the third habit, the big one, the mental one, chronic stress.
This might be the most insidious of all because we just accept it as part of life. But chronic stress is one of the most destructive forces for your muscles because it jacks up your cortisol levels.
And cortisol is the stress hormone.
Right, and its job literally is to break down muscle tissue. It's a process called catabolism. It dissolves your muscle to release glucose for quick energy because your body thinks it's in a fight or flight situation.
So if you're constantly stressed, your body is actively eating its own muscle to fuel the panic.
Precisely. Your body is in survival mode, not recovery and building mode. You simply cannot build muscle in a high cortisol environment.
So what are the practical, active steps to manage that?
It has to be a daily practice. The sources recommend deep breathing exercises. A simple one is breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold it for 4, and then breathe out slowly through your mouth for 6. Do that 10 times a day.
And sleep.
Prioritize 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. That is when your body repairs muscle and balances hormones. Meditation, staying socially connected, these are all proven cortisol buffers. And if you tie it all together, what you see is that lasting strength and skin elasticity aren't accidents. They're the result of a system. You've got targeted supplements like creatine and collagen, you've got resistance training to send the right signals, and then you have to diligently manage these lifestyle habits.
So what does this all mean for you? I think the big takeaway here is that you have an immense amount of control over this process. It's not just about what you add, the powders, the exercises, it's about what you consciously and really ruthlessly remove. Those 3 sabotaging habits. This deep dive gives you the full blueprint. So the question is, which of those habits are you going to start tackling first? Thank you for sharing your material with us for this deep dive.